Let's master the V's first. And as you guys get a feel for that today, what you'll see in the coming days is that we will use these basic moves as the context, as the food which is going to feed everything that we learn in the coming days. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to step to one side of Zach's body, and I'm going to use, as I face his feet, the arm that is closest to his spine. I'm not going to use my left arm, I'm going to use my right arm when I'm standing on this side of his body and facing his feet. What I'm going to do is, in between his shoulder blades, I'm going to start at the medial border of his shoulder blade, just to the inside of his shoulder blade. That's right here. And I am going to use my forearm to find the outside of a group of muscles called the erector spinae group. Now what I'm going to do is I get a hold of the outer border of these muscles. Can you see, here's Zach's spine, and here, this mound of tissue here in between his spine and my elbow, those are the erector spinae muscles. I am going to move them in the shape of a V toward his spine. Rather than widening his body right now, what I'm doing is lengthening his body. And very important, very key to this move here is that I move in the shape of a V. What that means is I make this motion, right? So I'm going to be doing a half V over here. And if you take a look at what I'm doing, primarily my directionality is lengthening his spine and his tissue toward his sacrum. It's cross-fibering at the same time a little bit, but I'm not going directly into the spine like this. Now, a couple of things to notice about my body. Do you notice that I've got my feet very far apart from each other? Okay? I'm not putting my feet close together, bending my lower back and doing this. Here I will hurt myself, okay? And I can only use muscle energy to open his body. Here, if I take like a runner's lunge in yoga, right? And I use the table to gain more stability, immediately the energy source that I'm using is universal gravitation. I'm falling into the geometric pattern, the geometric form of the universe when I hook my center of gravitation up to the field of gravity. I do that by keeping my spine long, keeping my pelvis close to the work. Split